Hello everyone, and welcome to Ghana Veg Food Diaries. My name is Selassie. The aim of this show is to encourage the consumption of vegetables and healthy eating in Ghana. On today's show, we're going to be talking about irrigation technology and the benefits it has for the vegetables that we eat. Are you familiar with irrigation technology? Stay tuned and find out more.
My name is Sheila Esibe-Yabua, the Deputy Program Leader of Ghana Veg. Ghana Veg is a program funded by the Royal Netherlands government, and we know that the Netherlands is one of the leading producers and exporters of vegetables worldwide, and this expertise is brought to bear in the Ghana Veg program. The program seeks to develop the commercial vegetable sector here in Ghana by making it strong and robust through the support of strong business-led initiatives. As such, we work with front-runner businesses, empowering them through our stakeholder engagements. We have trade missions, we have business-to-business meetings, and also we have a matching grant facility where we support through funds. In addition, we enhance production through a strengthened capacity in agronomy, where a pool of agronomists are trained and certified to give hands-on, practical, and timely advisory services to challenges with production on the field. We would like to partner with you here at Ghana Veg if you're a producer, exporter, aggregator, processor, or you offer services in the vegetable sector, or you supply inputs, machinery, or equipment. You're welcome to join the Ghana Veg family. You can reach us online at www.ghanaveg.org. You can send us an email, info@ghanaveg.org. We are active on Twitter and on Facebook. You can also call the phone number on your screen. We want to encourage you to grow more vegetables, eat more vegetables, and stay healthy. And remember, Ghana Veg, healthy and quality vegetables from Ghana through new ways of doing business.
Welcome back. Remember, this show was brought to you by Ghana Veg. The topic today is irrigation technology. We have two experts in the field with us to discuss this. We have Mr. Hisham Seidu from Kukubila Nasia Farms, and we have Pon Satesh, who is with Srigan Farms. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I think the first question is definitely going to be, what is irrigation? What is irrigation technology?
Irrigation is a means of providing water to crops using mechanical means without having to depend on the natural rain that falls on crops.
Okay. Are there different ways of doing that? What are some of the different ways?
Yes, there are three main ways of irrigation. We have the sprinkler, we have drip, and then also we have furrow irrigation.
Okay. Could you explain a little bit more about each one?
The furrow irrigation is the most basic one. It's more manual. It involves letting water flow through canals to your field, and also manually providing dikes and barriers to allow the water to run into the field and around the crops. When you have enough water, then you block off the water flow. That's the furrow irrigation. The sprinkler, you have various types. You have sprinkler with tubes, you have sprinkler with guns, and then more recently, you have the center pivot sprinkler, which is a more advanced and large-scale irrigation system. And then with the drip, you also have pipes that are laid along the crops that slowly releases drops of water into the crop, and it allows for deeper percolation, so the water doesn't splash all over the place, but it goes directly to the roots where the water is needed.
So it sounds like a lot of work goes into this.
Yeah.
What are some of the benefits, and why would somebody want to use irrigation? I don't know, Pon?
Yes. When you are using irrigation, first thing is we have a lot of water in Ghana, but wherever the water, lack of water, we can use of drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is easier to control of disease, control of water. Actually, water is main things we are talking about, because developing country or developed countries, they use water for irrigation. On most of the things are drip irrigation. So that's the reason of advantage that we're serving the water for the next generation.
And would it also possibly give you additional yields?
Yes, because you are meeting the water requirements of your crop.
Okay.
When you irrigate. When it's rain-fed, you don't have control over that. You get rain today, you get rain the next 5 days, and you also don't control the quantity. But like you said, with drip irrigation, you know how much the crop is getting because you know this is the release rate of your pipes, and then over a few hours, you know your crop has got a specific amount of water.
Okay. In terms of a consumer, why would I want to buy vegetables that have been fed through irrigation?
Well, like he said, it reduces diseases.
Okay.
With drip, it goes directly to the base of the plant, so you don't have the fruits or vegetable being too wet.
Yeah.
When it's too wet, you get fungal attacks and other diseases.
Yeah. Are there challenges?
Well, there are a lot of challenges. The main one is having a reliable source of water, either through wells, dams, or river. The other one, of course, is the cost of running the system. I mean, most irrigation systems, you either use electricity or diesel, and those are very expensive.
And it seems, I'm guessing that you would have to train maybe your staff to understand what needs to happen in the process?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also it's very difficult, especially developing country like Ghana, on the smallholder farmer to put up the huge money into it. Like example, like you need about 10,000 Ghana cedis for the acre to be set up the irrigation facility. So smallholders will be a difficult, and also it will be a challenge for the smallholder farmers.
Okay. Is it widespread in Ghana, or is it maybe concentrated in Accra, or?
Well, it's widespread.
Further.
It's widespread. It's widespread. I mean, there are all kinds of irrigation. Once there's water available, you can irrigate.
Are there any particular types of crops that you would use irrigation for over another?
Well, most vegetables need a lot of water. So that would be, it's probably the type of irrigation system you should pick depending on the crop and also your distance from the water. Actually, most of the cost comes in when you have to move water from a long distance to your crop, to your field. That's one of the main considerations. But in terms of crop, as long as you have availability of markets and you have good quality seed and other inputs and you can irrigate, it's good to go for it.
I guess both your farms, which kind of crops do you grow?
We grow butternut squash.
Okay.
That's the main vegetable we grow. We grow tomato and chili. And also we do a lot of maize and rice too.
And
we are growing actually all other 95% going back to export market is Asian vegetable. And also we grow on the local market vegetable as well, but the local market will be the 5% of the other crops we growing for local markets. So.
Okay, thank you. So we also wanted to find out what people on the street had to say. We specifically asked them, what do they know about irrigation technology? Let's see what they had to say.
Okay, I think irrigation means using of mechanical ways to water plants or supply water to plants.
Irrigation, to the layman's understanding, is using machines to provide water for for watering plants actually, especially in areas where there is shortage of water or in terms of seasons where there is no water. That is where irrigation comes in.
Yeah, I have an idea. Like irrigation is about watering crops and making sure crops are really fertile, like at their young age before they grow, right? Something about that.
Oh yes, irrigation is a method used in farming. Yes, it's a system you use to transport water.
Irrigation is the continuous watering of crops during the dry season. That's all I know about irrigation.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the word. Yeah, I'm familiar. I was taught back in JHS. Irrigation has to do with supplying plants with water so that they can grow quickly, something of that sort.
From my point of view, irrigation is where you have constant water supply into your farm, which is being regulated other than rainfall.
The meaning for irrigation only say what be a bibi na udi insio eguso. Say ebi insio ntona where what me aye bibi a ubetumi de awota ade the meaning for
Interesting responses that we got back. Any surprises for you?
Not really. I mean, everybody seems to have the general idea what irrigation is about.
So you expected everyone to understand irrigation?
Yes. I mean, it's a bit more complicated than that, but then it seems to have a general idea, because the main thing with irrigation is the control you have to provide water, because every crop has a particular crop water need.
Okay.
And you're able to control that to give the required amount of water, because there are times when you don't even have to add water at all.
Okay.
So if you have an irrigation system, you just put it off. But then if you're relying on rain-fed, you can't control that. If you have a crop that doesn't like too much water and it's too much rain, you're in trouble. But with irrigation, you have that control.
Okay. Fun?
Yes, we have an advantage and disadvantage on the TV, on the street view of the people.
Yeah.
People were saying that is a means to carrying water from this into the plant. Yes, irrigation is just a control. For me, is a control of water. As my brother said, that is control of mean that we are putting the need of water for the plant, we are putting it over there. It's not that extra water we are going into the plant, and whatever the plant require, the water level, we are giving the water. So it's not about when they need the water, we give him water. The requirement amount we are giving to them.
Okay. So if I'm looking at maybe a fruit or a vegetable, excuse me, that's been grown using irrigation, are there any ways that you would be able to tell, or does it have an impact on the taste that you would be able to taste?
Well, one of the first things, of course, is the size and the color.
Okay.
They will definitely be bigger and also have a much brighter color.
Okay.
Because when there's water stress, the plant doesn't grow as quickly and as strongly as it can. So you get a lot of stunted growth and also stunted fruits.
Okay.
So that one of the main indication is the size and the color.
Okay, and so it would look healthier, it would be bigger, and
Exactly.
the colors would be brighter.
Exactly.
Okay, and in terms of injects that you put into farming, does that change? Does that level change using irrigation?
It doesn't really change, but it improves the efficiency. The irrigation improves the efficiency of those additives.
Okay.
If, let's say, you just apply fertilizer and you don't have water to dissolve the fertilizer. So the irrigation actually allows the nutrients to reach the plants and the roots.
Okay.
And also with insecticides and fungicides, it also allows them to also spread onto the plants and also washes them away so that you don't have the residues on.
Okay. Is there any percent increase you would expect to see for a farmer who uses irrigation?
With irrigation available, you should increase your yield by close to 60%.
Yes, at least
60%? Wow.
Yes, closer to 60%.
Yeah.
If you depend on the rainfall, the plant need to be on the early stage. You need water, but
Okay.
rainfall, we don't know the time of the rain will fall. So better the irrigation will get about 60% of the high yield than the normal rainfall farming.
Thank you. For today's recipe, I decided to source my ingredients from Pond's Farm, Srigan Farms. Take a look at the wonderful ingredients that I found. So for today's recipe, I'm going to be cooking with Mr. Pond, and he happens to have a wonderful 39-acre farm near Weja. So I only thought it natural to source the ingredients for today's recipe from Srigan Farms. So, Pond, what do you have here? What do you grow?
We grow here chili, jalapeno, we have beans, pumpkin, we have turia, marrow, tinda.
Okay, whoa, sounds like some very, very exotic vegetables.
Yes, most of the items are like 95% we are using for export,
Okay.
and the 5% is going to the local market.
The export vegetables are what are the names of some of the export vegetables?
Export vegetables are like turia, marrow, tinda, and goa beans, curry leaf. Those items has been exporting from.
Okay, so I'm hoping there'll be things that I'll be able to work with that you have.
Of course you can.
Okay, chili peppers,
Yes,
pumpkin,
yes,
and maybe green beans.
yes we can.
Okay, excellent. One last question for other people that are looking for these kind of vegetables. Where would they be able to find them in Ghana?
Okay, they can get it from farmers market
Okay.
in Tema, and also they can get it from Shoprite.
Okay. Do you already have them picked for us?
Yes, we pick for you.
Excellent. So then
go
we'll head back to the farmhouse.
farmhouse and we'll pick it up those things and we'll go back to continue our cooking.
Great, so we'll get back to the studio and see what we find with those ingredients and what recipes we can make out of that one. I found some beautiful fresh vegetables at the farm. So thank you very much for joining us today. I had a wonderful time at the farm and I'm having a wonderful conversation with the two of you. I know that we have to take a break and I'm going to cook afterwards, but I wanted to know if, Pon, you had time to cook with me?
Yeah, I will cook with you.
Great. Hisham, it was really wonderful having you. Any last words?
Well, we're thankful for the opportunity to come and have this conversation with you and wish you all the best for the show.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll be in the kitchen with Pon cooking a wonderful and delicious vegetable tagine with wagashi. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Sheila Esibe-Yabua, the Deputy Program Leader of Ghana Veg. Ghana Veg is a program funded by the Royal Netherlands government, and we know that the Netherlands is one of the leading producers and exporters of vegetables worldwide, and this expertise is brought to bear in the Ghana Veg program. The program seeks to develop the commercial vegetable sector here in Ghana by making it strong and robust through the support of strong business-led initiatives. As such, we work with front-runner businesses, empowering them through our stakeholder engagements. We have trade missions, we have business-to-business meetings, and also we have a matching grant facility where we support through funds. In addition, we enhance production through a strengthened capacity in agronomy, where a pool of agronomists are trained and certified to give hands-on, practical, and timely advisory services to challenges with production on the field. We would like to partner with you here at Ghana Veg if you're a producer, exporter, aggregator, processor, or you offer services in the vegetable sector, or you supply inputs, machinery, or equipment. You're welcome to join the Ghana Veg family. You can reach us online at www.ghanaveg.org. You can send us an email, info@ghanaveg.org. We are active on Twitter and on Facebook. You can also call the phone number on your screen. We want to encourage you to grow more vegetables, eat more vegetables, and stay healthy. And remember, Ghana Veg, healthy and quality vegetables from Ghana through new ways of doing business.
Welcome back. I'm in the kitchen with Pon, and as promised, we're going to prepare a delicious vegetable tagine with wagashi. The ingredients are right here, and you can follow along on the Ghana Veg Facebook or website, where all the details about the ingredients and the method are available. Pon, if you could just go ahead and wash your hands over there while I go through the ingredients. We have oil. You can use whichever oil you'd like. Today we've used vegetable oil, onions, garlic, cumin, turmeric, coriander, ginger, chili, honey. We've got butternut squash, which I'm going to show you. It's right here. Carrots, sweet potato, coriander, and wagashi. We're going to be eating that today since it's a tagine. Traditionally, they're eaten with couscous as an accompaniment. So we've got that here. I've gone ahead and already cooked that, so we've got that ready. And this is vegetable stock. Now, I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands, but I'll get you started with the oil. There you go.
Good.
And then
Yes, sir.
I've got the onions and the garlic.
Yeah.
So do you like cooking?
I like cooking.
Yes?
I'm interested in cooking well.
Okay. And if you need this, I'll stick that right there for you. So what are your favorite dishes to prepare at home?
Actually, I like the fufu and light goat soup.
Ah, okay. Excellent. Any other favorite Ghanaian dishes?
That's my all-time favorite.
Okay. And is it a weekend dish or during the week?
Anytime.
Anytime.
Available time. Yes, why not?
Fantastic. And do you cook for your family?
Yes, actually.
Okay. So this is the butternut squash. I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit about that. We've already got some cut, but normally it's got a very hard exterior. So make sure you have a knife or a good peeler to take off the skin first. So that's kind of the best thing to do. You can see the color inside is beautiful. I'll go ahead and cut this here. The top part is and nice hard flesh. And the bottom has the seeds. So, beautiful color. So we've already gone ahead and cut some up for today. But when you see that in the market, don't be afraid, give it a try. It's got a wonderful flavor. You can saute it, you can puree it, you can fry it, you can roast it. So how's that going? You ready? Okay. So I'm gonna turn that down. And turmeric. There we go, excuse the left. So you were saying that to your farm you have a lot of exotic vegetables.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So what are some of them and how are they used?
Especially
Go ahead and add this.
most of the vegetables are Asian vegetable. Now it's available in Ghana as well. Some of the people they use those especially like bottle gourd.
Okay.
They was using with the
You can help me with that.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bottle gourd is normally used like pumpkin.
Like pumpkin,
or
okay.
they can use like garden eggs.
Okay.
As the same way.
Okay, so that looks really, really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and add that's this butternut squash. We've got carrots and sweet potato. But you can add any vegetables that you like at home. You can add in broccoli, you can add in green beans, anything that your family enjoys. So we'll put the vegetables in. We give them a nice stir. And to help the vegetables cook, we've got some vegetable stock. You can also use water or chicken stock, whatever you have at home. I'm just gonna increase that so that we can bring it to a boil. And maybe, yeah, we'll give that a cover. So basically at this point, we're gonna cover the vegetables and let it cook until the vegetables are tender. So that, depending on what size you've cut the vegetables, it might take about 10-15 minutes for us to do that. So we'll take our little break and catch up while this takes its time to cook. So the cheese has had its time to cook. Some people prefer to fry it before adding it to the tagine, so you can go ahead and do that. We wanted to avoid as much oil as possible, so we've just put it in fresh. If you could help me, I think we're ready to start plating.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Let me put it on.
I hope you're hungry.
I'm very hungry. I'm looking forward to see the delicious food.
So we prepared today couscous, which is a North African grain. It kind of looks a little bit like acheke, if you're familiar with acheke. The ratio is about 2 to 1. 2 parts water, 1 part couscous. You boil the water with a little bit of maybe oil and salt. Once it's boiled, you turn it off, you add your couscous, cover it, and let it absorb the water, and that's what you get. So, have you tried couscous before?
No.
No? Okay, so today will be a first experience.
Yeah.
So, how hungry are you?
I am very.
Very hungry? Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Put that back. As you can see, it's looking really nice. I'm going to go ahead and dish that out. One last component for me to prepare. We're going to do some fresh coriander. Do you like coriander?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I think it has a nice flavor that wakes up food. So let me just clear off my cutting board and so just some fresh coriander. So there we have it. So would you like to do the honors?
Oh, go ahead.
Please. So you can make sure to check out the website, Ghana Veg, and get all the ingredients for today's recipe. And it's very easy to follow at home, as you saw. Yes?
Was nice.
It's okay. Great, excellent. So thanks for joining us today. Make sure you stay tuned for next week when we have more recipes and tips on healthy eating. Bye-bye.